always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Hey guys, welcome to GSMC Entertainment Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and happy Monday, everyone. I hope you all are having a fabulous day, fabulous weekend you've had, and I just hope you guys are just killing it, all right? Let's see, what did I do? I actually had a really cute like a Friendsgiving over the weekend. Don't worry before you guys freak out. It was a super, super small gathering, literally 5 of us. And it was nice. I hadn't seen my friends in such a long time because of COVID restrictions and because of busy lives and all that. So it was nice to get together on Saturday and just enjoy each other's company over great food. We had crab legs, we had chicken, even though I don't eat chicken, I ate the crab legs. We had salmon, bomb mashed potatoes, I don't even know what I just said, but anyway, it was a really chill weekend for me, and I'm glad that I got to spend it with my friends before all of this crazy COVID regulations. Here, almost all throughout California, we're back in the purple tier for COVID regulations and restrictions, which is the most strict level, I think. So anyway, other than that, we just hanging in there, taking things day by day, rolling with the punches. But I wanted to talk about a couple of my favorite things that I've been tuning in. And the first is Danileigh's latest album, Movie, okay? And I am obsessed. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this album. Danileigh, for those of you who don't know, she's a Dominican artist, R&B. She's kind of R&B and hip hop. But this album that she released a few days ago, Friday, November 13th, she outdid herself. She honestly surprised me. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I follow Danileigh on Instagram, and I really follow her because I love her style. I love her look. She really is my not my fitness inspo, my fashion inspo. I just think she has a really great sense of style. Sure, I like a couple of her songs here and there, but the songs that I liked prior to her releasing this album, I like when she sings. I like when she's sultry. I like when she does R&B. I think that's her groove. But when she tries to do all this hype music, I'm just not a fan. I think she sounds really basic, honestly. And I hate to say that, and I hate to use that word to describe such a beautiful person like her, but I'm girl, whenever she tries to release something really hype and AKA club music, I don't know. I don't feel it. I don't dig into what she's trying to do with her hype music. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way? If you know Danileigh, if you listen to her, if you vibe with her, do you agree with me or not? I don't know. She released a song called Dominican Mommy, which actually happens to be featured on this album, Movie. She released Dominican Mommy a few months back, and I don't know. It was just Dominican Mommy, it was just so I don't know, had no pizzazz to it. And I feel her voice kind of is very I don't even know what the word is because I'm not a musician. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel bad hella criticizing her because, like, who am I? You know, like, I definitely can't sing. I definitely can't rap. Like, I don't know anything about music. I'm just going based off what I like hear, what my eardrums are taking in, and how I feel about the music. So just want to put a disclaimer out there. This is all opinion based. This is not factual. So don't come at me if you are a diehard Danileigh fan. Okay. Trust me. I really, really do like her. It's just like I said, her hype stuff when she tries to do like really hard hitting hip hop. I don't know. I just doesn't think it works for her. It's not like her sound. So Dominican Mommy, Levi High is another one featuring DaBaby. She released like a few months back, and she created a whole like dance challenge to it where girls are basically hopping up and down the camera with their butts in the camera, like popping into Levi jeans. Very marketable. Didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Very basic. Okay. So like her hip hop sound, I'm not a fan of. And luckily, this album is like Red Room R&B. And what I mean by that, Red Room R&B, is that it's really like sultry, sexy, slow, like everything that I love, honestly. Like I love that whole vibe. I don't know if it's because I'm a Cancer and I love, not that I love R&B more than hip hop. I love both, but like I think it's just her sound. Like she sounds best harmonizing and singing, you know, in R&B sultry sound. Like even her album cover. So again, the album is titled Movie. And the reason why it's titled Movie is because she actually released a 30-minute long, essentially music video. It's a compilation of music videos for her album, from the new songs from her new album. And it's a story, you know, it's a typical story of a girl in a relationship with a guy. The guy does her dirty. She tries to get back at him as there's this whole tug of war situation happening. And, you know, something that we can all relate to at some degree. And so it's really, this whole theme is about love for sure, and betrayal and distrust. And back to the album cover, it's literally red. Like when you look at her album cover, it's sexy, you know, it's red lit candles. It's her in a bathtub, but only her back and shoulders are being shown, and it's like her back is facing the camera. So it's very sexy album cover. And the font of the album cover is that of, what's that really popular? Oh my God, I was just about to say it and I forgot it. I'm having a brain fart. That one like Stranger Things. There we go. I was going to say kid movie, but like kid friendliest show. That's the same font. Stranger Things, she used that same font for Movie. And I like it. I love the theme of the album. You can definitely tell she put a lot of like thought and effort into this album. Like there's a cohesive theme going on. There's a cohesive message she's trying to send to the audience, including with the title, with the 30-minute long literal movie, you know, that she released. So I'm a fan, honestly. Like I said, I was pleasantly surprised with this album. I didn't think she was going to do a lot of R&B. Like I didn't know that was the route she was going to take. Like I said in the past, prior to this album release, she kind of did like a little bit of both. Like she would release a couple songs that were like, you know, trying to be hype and whatnot. And then a couple songs like really slow. Like Blue Chips and Easy featuring Chris Brown. That's one of her biggest hits for sure. And I like her in those. Anyway, there are definitely a few songs here that are my absolute favorite, such as Superstar, Situations. That one's by far, I think, my favorite song in the entire album. I've been listening to that specific track on and on again. Like, And I like these two songs as well because there's no features. I think sometimes artists try to do too much with like having too many features in the album or like too many features in the song. And sometimes I think features devalue and stray away from like the main artist's true like light, you know. And I love that my two favorite tracks, or one of my two favorite tracks in the project, contain no features. It's literally just her singing. So again, that's Superstar and Situations. If I can recommend only one song in this entire album that you need to listen to, is going to be Situations. That's the second title track of her project, Movie. And again, this is just what I've been tuning in to for the last few days. I highly, highly recommend this album if you guys have not listened to it, or if you're someone who's like looking for something new to tune into, then I got you. Again, R&B album titled Movie by Danileigh. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, on all platforms. So go ahead, tune into it, and let me know what you think. We're going to cut into a very brief break right now. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the second thing that I've been tuning into for the last couple months, actually. We'll be right back.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's GSMCpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Hey guys, welcome back to GSMC Entertainment Podcast. So we're not going to be switching directions here, and I want to share with you guys something else that I've been entertaining myself with. It is not a Netflix show, but it is on Netflix, and it's actually a sitcom. It's a sitcom that was first released in the 90s. So it's a 90s sitcom. So it has that type of humor. But I've watched several sitcoms in my life. And this one by far is my absolute favorite. Okay. Like, again, I always am like a little not frightened, but like hesitant to watch sitcoms because I don't like it when it's overly cheesy. When it's overly cheesy, I literally want to throw up. Like, it physically makes me ill. So I know I'm late to the game when I announce this sitcom. Like, I know I'm late. It's 2020. This was released first in 1994. It was a show from 1994 to 1999. And that is Sister, Sister with Tia and Tamara Mowry. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a plot summary as a whole. So Tia Landry and Tamara Campbell are twins separated at birth who learn of each other's existence and come together as teenagers. Okay? So they were separated at birth and by chance meet each other in a shopping mall. Ray Campbell, who's Tamara's adopted father, is very different from Tia's adopted mother, Lisa Landry. But the twins don't want to be separated, so Ray and Lisa end up living together. The series often focuses on the trouble the twins get into due to their identical appearance and the love-hate relationship between Lisa and Ray. And let me tell you guys that the cast of this show like really outdid themselves. You can tell that it wasn't too scripted. You can tell that they added their own little spice and splash into it. And I, again, was so pleasantly surprised. So the creators of this show include Kim Bass, Gary Gilbert, Fred Schafferman, Regina Hicks, Larry Wilmore, Janet Jackson, actually. She helped with 22 episodes. Chris Turner, Terrence Winter, Vanessa Middleton, Russia McDonald. I mean, all of these people, there's a few others, but all of these people had some say in writing and creating an episode. And the full cast includes the main leads, which are obviously the twins, so Tia Mowry Hardrick and Tamara Mary Housley. Okay, so they are the twins. And I also liked how they kept their real, like their first names in the sitcom. You know, they were known as Tia and Tamara. And then, of course, who played Lisa Landry was Jackée Harry. She was for sure, by far, my favorite. One of my favorites in the show. She is so freaking funny. And I'll get more into Jackée Harry in a minute. Ray Campbell was played by Tim Reed. Roger Evans was played by Marquise Houston. Tyreek Scott was played by Ronrico Lee. Jordan Bennett played by Dion Richmond. Diavion, which was played by Alexis Fields. And so many others. Those are really the main characters, the main focal points of the show. And I want to first talk a little bit about Jackée Harry because, like I said, she was for sure one of my favorites. She was so funny, like so incredibly funny in this show. She has like a very speedy and biting delivery, okay? Like, she's so witty with her comebacks, and I just love her, and you'll see why. And what's even more great about Lisa Landry, played by Jackée Harry, is that she is a Leo. So I'm not even surprised. And honestly, I really love Leos for some reason. I think it's because my rising sign's a Leo, so I have some type of connection with that star sign. But anyway, back to Sister Sister. They actually won one Primetime Emmy, and they have a whole bunch of other nominations. But they also they won some awards for the NAACP, and they are just a Kids' Choice Awards. I mean, they've really won so many awards. And like I said, like the show's so funny. I like that it has a touch of like adult humor, okay? Like it's not too, obviously it's not like, oh, you can't let your kids watch this on their own. Like kids can definitely watch this on their own. But adults can enjoy the show. Like it's not, like I said, disgustingly corny. You can enjoy the show and like get a good laugh. Like there is definitely times where I like literally cackled out loud. I cackled because it was so funny. So I'm going to share with you guys a few trivia, random facts about the show. So Marquise Houston played Roger, who was the annoying little next door neighbor of the twins. You know, he was like always like madly in love with them, but like in a joking way. And you know, one of the most popular sayings and quotes from Sister Sister is "Go home, Roger," right? And that character was played by Marquise Houston. He's appeared on the show since the very first episode, but he actually ended up leaving the show because his mother died while filming. So he actually doesn't appear in the final season. I believe there's 6 seasons for Sister Sister, and he didn't appear. Marquise Houston didn't appear for the 6th season until the very last episode because of his mother passing. At the beginning of the show's run, a beauty mark was drawn on Tia's cheek to match the one naturally on Tamara's cheek, but then eventually took that beauty mark away so that way we can differentiate between Tia and Tamera. Not gonna lie, it took me a few episodes to like differentiate them, but then now I can definitely tell them apart. Tamera has the beauty mark on her cheek, and then Tamera's face is slightly more round than Tia's. Like Tia has a little more chiseled face structure. So that's how I'm able to tell them apart. The twins' real-life brother, Taj Mowry Guest, starred in 3 different episodes, each time as a different character. So, and he actually played as Taj as well in the sitcom. So, and there's actually a lot of celebrity appearances throughout the sitcom, throughout the program. And some include Kenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell, Sherman Hemsley, Daphne Maxwell Reid, Kobe Bryant, R.I.P., rest in power, Tyrese, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Lisa Leslie, Milton Berle, Boyz II Men, Molly Shannon, and Brittany Murphy, to name a few. For the 1994 to 1995 season, the show ran on the ABC television network. However, at the end of the second season, the network canceled the show despite consistently winning its time slot and being one of the highest rated shows on Friday nights. At that time, the WB network just launched and picked up the show for the remainder of its run from 1995 to 1999, and it used to run at the 8 p.m. Sunday night time slot. So you guys, we're going to cut into a very brief break right now, and when we come back, more at the GSMC Podcast Network.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to GSMC Entertainment Podcast. We are now entering the final segment of today's show, and I'm going to continue on with some fun trivia facts about the 90s sitcom Sister Sister. So, moving on. Jackée, Harry, and Tim Reid would later play husband and wife in the Lifetime television movie My Christmas In, which featured Tia Mowry Hardrick, who played their daughter in the film. Richard Lawson, who played as Victor, Lisa Landry's on-screen love romance, is real-life biological father to Bianca Lawson, who played as Rhonda Coley, the twins' rival in high school, and is also real-life husband of Tina Knowles, singer Beyonce's mother. I know, it's a lot to digest. So again, let me repeat that. See, I'm even like stuttering and starstruck here. Richard Lawson, who played Victor, Lisa's, on-screen love romance, is Bianca Lawson's biological father, and the twin, who was a twins' rival in high school, and is also real-life husband of Tina Knowles, singer Beyonce's mother. Pretty crazy, right? The pilot was filmed in November of 1993. Other sitcoms about identical twins have included The Patty Duke Show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Sweet Valley High, and Double Trouble. Valerie, Full House, and Desperate Housewives has also featured twin characters. Jackée Harry and Rolanda Watts, who played as Vivica Shaw, are both from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, their hometowns. And then Sherman Hemsley, who played as Jimmy Soupy Campbell, is 6 years older than Tim Reed, and they play father and son. And here are a couple spoilers from the show. In season 5, Jordan, Tyreek, and Diavian were added to the series to set a more mature tone since the girls were getting older and going to college, and make up for the fact that Marquise Houston was leaving the series. The series never follows a specific timeline. For example, in season 6, Lisa tells Tia that Tamara has made it without her for 12 years, implying that the girls have known each other for 6 years, the actual duration of the show. However, when the girls met, they said they were born November 1979, making them 15, going on 16 years by the time the show premieres in 1994. If you follow the narrative of the show, the girls really have known each other for 3 years since they met until their freshman year of college, which is the timeline in the show. This is made clear when they celebrate their 16th birthday in season 1 and later their 17th birthday in season 5, making seasons 1 through 5 set in the span of a year. After that, everything starts making sense. They graduate high school by the end of the season 5, start college by the beginning of season 6, and then in the second to last episode of the series, the girls are finishing their freshman year of college and making plans for the summer and etc. So there might be a reboot of this 90s sitcom. I really, really hope so, because this was honestly not only was it rated one of the best 90s sitcoms, but it's just one of the best sitcoms, period. I mean, it's just so stinking funny. And like, I want to share with you guys now a couple really popular quotes from the show, which of course, go home, Roger. The second one is when Tamara is pouring chocolate sauce in her mouth and her dad, Ray, goes, "Tamara, is that dessert or a desperate cry for help?" And then Ray goes, "Money doesn't grow on trees." And then Tamara says, "Yeah, if it did, I'd be outside raking." So it's just if you have Netflix, take the time, watch the show. It's going to give you a good little laugh. Very cute. Like I said, I know I'm really late to the game. I know it's been out for a hot minute, only 20 years, right? So I was pleasantly surprised nonetheless. The next sitcom I want to watch is Girlfriend with, what's her name? Tracy Ellis, I think. So yeah, let me know, you guys, any other Netflix shows I should watch, and I will be sure to make it happen. So you guys, that's basically going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Entertainment Podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff, because that tremendously helps the show. And I'll catch you guys here for the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.